The IB Diploma results for the class of 24 were declared on 5th of July, and like always we have a lot to celebrate. This year the students, despite being the biggest batch, have performed really well. We also had this batch with so many students taking up unconventional pathways, including the Fountainhead High School Diploma. The results of this batch of 159, 123 got the full diploma, the rest got the DP course. The world average, as you can see, is 30.32 and the school average is nearly 2 points above, which has been consistent over the years. As you can also see from the table that our students are consistently above the world average. In addition, if you look at number of students doing really well in across subjects, you will see a bunch of them, 3 of them getting 43 points, 19 getting 38 and above, and 11 students getting 40 and more, with 5 students getting the perfect grade in extended essay, 14 in TOK, and 64 students getting the perfect 7 across subject areas. So that shows the caliber, and be in no doubt that DP is one of the most rigorous grade 11 and 12 program across the years. These are our students. As usual, we have a lot to celebrate, and then we are proud of all of these students who have done us proud academically. We also, of course, regularly celebrate students who have done well across their various areas of interest, whether it is sports, arts, other extracurriculars. And we also know that many of our students, our graduates, will be celebrated for the work that they do as they grow up, as they go to college and then start working beyond that. If you look at the college placements immediately, you will see that our students are at some of the top universities in India and across the world. Of course, one of those questions that we get asked often is that how many of your students go abroad, how many stay in India? Not very surprisingly, our numbers have remained quite consistent over the years. If you look at the average over the last 9 batches, including this one, it's around 59%, and this batch is also very similar. It's about 58% of the total batch size, which is going to study in India, the remaining go abroad. In some batches, it has been the opposite. There have been batches where 60% of students have gone abroad and the remaining have stayed in India. So there is some variation from one batch to another, but it is more or less quite consistent if you look at the overall batch size. If you look at where our students, what are the courses our students are studying, it is not surprising to see that our students, business management and finance is in fact the biggest chunk of our students. And it is followed by some of the other subject areas, STEM, human services, which includes psychology, health sciences, which includes medicine, IT, which includes computer science, and then others, which includes art and design. The trend for the current batch is not very dissimilar. It is on the same lines. There will, of course, be some variations from the one batch to another. Like this batch clearly has more students in finance as compared to the overall average. It also reflects, I think, a trend of where students are, the kind of feedback that the market is giving them. You can also see that our students have gained a lot of scholarships from universities, not just in US, Canada, Singapore, UK, but also in India. And a lot of students, in fact, especially those going to US and Canada, based on their scores and performance in the IB, also get credits. And there are students who get as many credits as to allow them to reduce one whole semester. So in fact, if you see that, that's huge gain in terms of both time and the cost saved of one whole semester of studying abroad. This year we've also done a feedback of our alumni of class of 2024, just to understand what are those things that they have learned, they have received in terms of the kind of skills that they have gained. And not very surprisingly, the skills that show as the most important ones are communication skills, time management, research. They are the ones which are mentioned by almost every student. And then critical thinking, leadership, self-management. Now these are, and then we've been saying this for many years, that education for tomorrow, or what Fountainhead is trying to do, is about teaching students these 21st century skills that can be transferred to any area of work, in academic areas and of course at workplaces. These are the most important skills that are in demand. Of course, they don't mention all the skills, there is much more that students do. And something that beyond academics, of course, many students have mentioned that they enjoyed the academics, the pedagogy, the kind of experiential learning, the projects, the hands-on things that they were able to do. And extracurriculars is something that students have also mentioned in a big way. The leadership and organization skills that they learned as part of the event organization or CAS activities or research and academic projects, sports and physical activities, field trips and experiential learning. These are all things that the students really enjoyed as part of their learning process at Fountainhead. So you will see this consistent trend. What we need to really understand is that the aspirations of students is something that we are able to match quite well with respect to both their expectations in the DP in terms of their results, so therefore their final 12th grade results, as well as their aspirations in terms of college placements. While obviously not all students aspire to the top, our purpose as a school is to make sure that our students are able to get to what they would like to get to, and that is something I believe we are doing really well. And all of this we believe is a joint effort between the school, of course, and the parents and the students, and within the school, teachers across the grades from early years to the highest schools, grade teachers, but also the administrative team and the support staff which make all of this possible. So once again, fantastic year for the school, and we wish all the class of 2024 a best in their future.